Hey guitar friends, welcome to All About Guitar Academy. My name is Robert Strom and today I'm going to be talking about how to write songs on the guitar. And that's coming right up, so grab your guitar if you have one handy, make sure it's in standard tuning, and we'll get started with today's lesson coming up. Hey guitar friends, welcome back to All About Guitar Academy. Today we're going to be talking about something near and dear to my heart, and that is songwriting on the guitar. My plan today is to show you in 5 easy steps how to write a song on the guitar. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to demonstrate a song that I wrote a long time ago that I think will be pretty easy to give you an idea of these 5 steps and how to actually write your first song. So let's get started with step number 1. Step number 1, I would call the idea. You've got to have an idea for a song. All right, and that idea could start from lyrics that you've created or music that you created in your own mind. I can't tell you how many times when I was younger and earlier in my guitar journey that I would just come up with a song right from here. I would just hear something and start humming something, and then I'd think, hey, I need to put that down as a song. Did you know that Paul McCartney of the Beatles actually wrote Yesterday, that famous classic song? He heard the song while he was sleeping in a dream, and then the next day, he wrote it down. He asked everybody, hey, what song is this? Have you heard this before? Everybody told him no. It took him a long time, but he finally put the song out, and look what happened after that. So, I mean, a song can come from anywhere inside of you. It could be inspired by another song, by another musician, and you could, I'm not saying copying somebody else's song, but you could be inspired by the way that song goes, the tempo, the chord changes in it, the lyrics of the song could be catchy, and you might actually come up with an idea for a song. So it starts with an idea. You know, I used to have a great big yard that I had to mow every week, and when I was mowing that yard, some of my best songs came out of that. I'd just be singing along while I'm mowing the grass, and a song would just come out of nowhere. After I put the lawnmower away, I'd write that down, whether it was lyrics or chords or whatever it was, I'd write that down. And that brings us to step number 2. You've got to have music to write the song. And you've got to have step number 3, the lyrics. So let's start with step number 2, because step 2 and 3 can be flip-flop. Some of your songs can come from the music first. So you hear a certain melody in your head, or you come up with an idea for the way a song should start, whether it's fast or slow, what chords might be in it. And I'll tell you what, the best way to do that is just to have your guitar handy and start playing some chords. And I'll give you a tip. For example, if we're playing in G major, okay, we know that chords that go along with G major would be a C major, a D major, an E minor, maybe an A minor, and of course you can have many more chords with that G major. The great thing is there really are no rules when it comes to writing a song. There's a lot of songs out there musically that make no sense at all if you apply music theory to them, but they're still very good songs. Because the artist came up with an idea, they put some chords together, and it doesn't matter what chords they use. What matters is that they actually put the chords together and recorded it. So another thing I want you to take note of is you have on your phone, most phones have a way to record yourself. So if you got your phone with you and you come up with an idea musically, let's say you've got a G major, then you've got a C major, and then a D major, for example, and then going back to G. You're like, I think I can make a song with that. Record those chords. All right, so now you've got some chords that you've recorded on your phone that you can do step number 3, which is write some lyrics to those chords. Now, like I said, step number 2 and step number 3 can be totally flip-flopped. You might come up with the lyrics first, and that's happened to me a lot of times too. And I've written hundreds and hundreds of songs, and I'll even put a link in the description to one of the songs so you can check it out. So step number 3, the lyrics can, like I said earlier, can be flip-flopped with step number 2, the music part of the song. A lot of times I've written songs that start out with the lyrics first. I came up with a catchy phrase, or I was feeling a certain way at a certain time and came up with an idea for a song, and immediately some lyrics came to me before the chords or the music ever did. That is totally cool, totally fine. And sometimes you get lucky and you get the lyrics and the chords all at the same time. That can happen as well. So step number 3, the lyrics. I would say a tip for writing good lyrics would be just write down what you're feeling at the moment or what your idea is. Put it into words. Then take that idea that you've written down on paper or on a computer, however you choose to do it, or even with the recorder on your phone or a tape recorder, and arrange those words so that they have more of a flow. You might even rhyme them. You don't have to rhyme the words, though. Keep that in mind as well. There's a lot of great songs that don't use rhyming. So take what you've written down and put it into more of a flow to where it actually comes out to perhaps a story or a catchy phrase, something that's easy to sing and that other people would be able to sing along with. And then take those lyrics and put them to your chords. So back to our G, you've got some lyrics. I'm writing a song. C major, I'm writing a song. Don't know what it is just yet. All right, you catching that? So I'm just taking words and putting some chords behind them and creating a song. All right, so again, step 2, step 3 can be flip-flop. They can both happen simultaneously. All right, let's look at step number 4. Step number 4 is the framework of the song. Every song, I shouldn't say every song, but most songs have some type of an intro. They have verses. They have a chorus. They may have a bridge in the middle where there's a guitar solo or a chord change or something connecting the song to the end of the song. And the ending of the song may be a repeat of the chorus, maybe some verses. The possibilities are endless. So I want you to think outside the box. Don't get stuck in the intro, the verse, the chorus, the bridge, the ending. All those things are great, but think outside the box. It's your song. Make it the way you want it. So when we're working on the framework of the song, the introduction, it's good to have something that sets the rest of the song up. It gets the listener in the mood of, hey, what's coming up next? So a lot of times the intro of your song, you may not write it down first. You may create that later, and that's okay. But just remember your intro, it's usually going to be an instrumental with maybe a guitar solo in there, something to start the song off. Doesn't have to be, but that's what the intro usually is. Then when we've got verses, most verses are going to rhyme. They don't have to though. And a good way to write verses, in my opinion, would be you've got 4 sentences. Put those sentences together to where they have an even flow and where it makes sense to move into what we call a chorus. The chorus is usually the catchy part of the song, and oftentimes the name of the song will be named after the chorus. Doesn't have to be, there's no rules here, remember that. But the chorus is usually, it puts the whole song together. You know, what are we singing about? What are we talking about here? And then, of course, the bridge. A lot of songs don't even have a bridge, don't have to have a bridge. A bridge is a really good way to go to a chord change, for example, to begin a lead guitar solo, and it doesn't have to be lead guitar, it could be a saxophone, whatever. The solo part, the instrumental part, oftentimes is a bridge. Doesn't have to be though. The bridge could also be a point where the lyrics change. There's like a change in the song all of a sudden for the listener to go, oh wow, where are we going now? So the bridge kind of puts 2 parts of the song together. And then finally we have the ending, and a lot of times the ending of the song will be comprised of verse, chorus, repeat, 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 and then ending, and then an outro of the song. There are no rules, so don't get stuck in any of the rules. Be creative and make the framework of your song the way you want to make it. And then when you get finished with it, step number 5 is finish it. You've got to finish that song. Here's what I've found out from my own personal experience. And I've been writing songs for about 30, 38, 39 years. And I would say that one big mistake that I've made over the years and still make today, I don't finish the song. And you know what happens to that song? It just stays on the tape recorder or stays on the notepad. It doesn't ever come out to anything. Now, fortunately, I've recorded a lot of these song ideas and I can go back to them and finish them. But what I found is I just don't do it. I start doing another song. So step number 5 is a really important one. Once you have your idea, you've got the music, you've got the lyrics, and you've got the framework of your song, finish the song. You got to finish it before you go on to another song. Now, if you don't beat yourself up. If you're already on to another song right now and you haven't finished the last one, go ahead and keep going. But I will tell you this, if you don't finish the song, and it doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to be complete, go ahead and record that song or have it written down so that you can come back to it and perfect it later. But finish the song. Okay, as I promised, I was going to give you an example of a song that I wrote. This was back in 2008. Song I wrote called Teach Me, and the idea, remember number 1 is the idea. The idea I got for the song came from pure frustration. I had lost my voice. I had something going on. It was a weird allergy. Went to the doctor, could not figure out what it was for weeks and weeks. And I was the lead singer of the band in my church, and they were counting on me every week to lead the team, play the guitar, and sing the songs. Well, I lost my voice, and out of pure frustration, I decided to write a song about it during the time that I was going through this struggle. And basically, the idea for the song was I'm asking God, why is this happening to me? Teach me how to overcome this and help me get through this. All right, and that's where the song idea came from. Then, and I will say this, I did start the song with step number 3, the lyrics. So I wrote down the lyrics to this song. I still have the piece of scratch paper that I wrote it on. Actually just ran across it the other day. And I wrote down lyrics. Lord, show me what you want me to see. Teach me who you want me to be. And then it continues on from there. And I'm going to put a link to the song. It's the demo version of the song that you can hear. And it also includes the lyrics. So you can kind of see the idea and the lyrics, and then I wrote the actual music. And I started the song. I decided to start it in a key that was easy for me to sing because I was struggling with my voice, and it was D major. So the song, the intro of the song kind of has a finger picking part that I came up with later, and sounds like this. All right, and you can hear the song, like I said, hit the link in the description. That's the intro. Then I go into the verses, and it's basically a D major, a G over B, and then a C add 9. Back to the D major. Okay, so I've got verse 1, verse 2, and then I go into a chorus. And the chorus that I created was just an A major, very simple, going like this. Then the G over B, then to the C add 9, and then back to the D major. Now the second chorus that I do, it's the same thing, except I continue, and it starts to build a crescendo and leads into the bridge. Now at the bridge, and you'll hear this in the song, I switch to an E major. So it's a very dramatic change. So the bridge of the song is actually an E major, then a C major, A sus 2, and then back to the E major. And during this part of the song, it goes from acoustic to electric guitar and some drums in here as well. So that's my bridge. Then after the bridge, it goes back into verse 1 of the song, and then we end the song. So like I said, there's no rules to any song that you write, but it is important to have some type of a framework with your intro and your verses and your chorus. But I hope you check the song out. I hope it'll help you and encourage you on your guitar journey into songwriting. Please tell us in the comments, what struggles are you going through with songwriting, or what tips or suggestions do you have? And I hope this lesson helped you today. If it did, please remember to like and subscribe. Also, remember you can go to allaboutguitaracademy.com. If you're struggling with learning how to play guitar, you'll find my courses there and a free ebook called Fast Track Guitar. Helps you learn how to play guitar in 6 weeks or less, and there's a video course that goes along with it. Hey, I hope to see you in the next video, and I can't wait to hear your first or second or third song on guitar. Stay tuned for more.